Oh my God. I think I chose a good tournament to come back for. What do you guys think? I'm not just drinking every day. I mean, I'm bringing it as a prop, for the World Cup, just to make it seem like I'm hard and I drink every day. No, I'm joking. I really am drinking every day for this. So, day 2 of the World Cup. Let's break this down as much as we can. That guy Cristiano Ronaldo seems to be unfazed by the whole 16 million euro fine and 2 years jail that they do in the Spanish judicial system over there that he got before the game. You're telling me that Spain didn't try to plan that? Did you tell me that they couldn't wait and be like, you know what, let's just give him this non-jail time that everyone in Spain who has tax evasion has to do, like Messi, Neymar, everyone else, where they get 2 years but they don't actually have to serve any time, but then pay a massive fine? Of course they try to introduce that a little bit before the game to try and make him quake in his boots a little bit. And did it work? Hell no. And I know a lot of the Ronaldo haters. I tweeted out a lot about Ronaldo recently, and De Gea made a mistake. It was a penalty. He dived. His free kick wasn't even that good. Say what you want about the penalty and say what you want about De Gea's mistake. Clearly a mistake from De Gea, which I'll touch on in a minute. But that free kick was absolutely sublime. Absolutely sublime. And so representative of if not the greatest footballer to have ever graced the grass on the football field. It's no doubt about this anymore. Why do people have this conversation just because they're so adamant to butt heads over this Messi and Ronaldo conversation? The ball's in Messi's court. I've always said that Messi on a club level to me contributes maybe just a little bit more in the game, the way he contributes with assists and what he's done for Barcelona. But Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, look what he just did in his first World Cup game, regardless of what De Gea did in that mistake. I'm talking about his movement off the ball. I'm talking about his attitude for the team. Whenever they went down, go and watch the video of when Real Madrid started to lose against Juventus and watch his attitude. Lifts his team, always believes. And what he does with Portugal is the exact same thing. He's always believing in his teammates, even if they're not on the same caliber as what he has at Real Madrid, still believes in 100%. And when he took that free kick, Ronaldo hasn't scored a free kick in donkey's years. The last time he scored a free kick was when Scotland was in the World Cup, I think. But regardless, he took it in his hands, and there's something about his aura, fully focused. David De Gea didn't stand a chance. Even if he was on his top game, I don't believe he's got a chance at that free kick. It bends from the outside of the wall and comes in. And he deserves all of the credit that he's getting right now from players all over in the States. When you've got like LeBron and everyone else tweeting about Cristiano, you know how big and how special this player is. Now let's talk about the game in general. 5 minutes before the game, text my dad. I said, Spain, put money on them to win this World Cup. And he texts back saying, okay, but are you sure they just lost a manager, blah, blah, blah. Spain's turmoil, to me, in the last World Cup was comfort zone. It was trying to play in the same style of football that they've always played in, and teams were catching on to it in the 2014 World Cup. They are so good on the ball in this World Cup. Defensively, they have some lapses in concentration, which they will have to figure out. But let's not forget, they're playing against the 2016 Euros champions here. This is no mugs in Portugal, right? Regardless of what you think about their starting 11, Portugal as an outfit, with Sousa as their manager, they're really focused and really well drilled. But Spain are patient going forward. They have a lot of depth. And I really think with that youth and combination of experience, I talked about it in my previous clip, you got to look out for them, man. And I'm happy that I put that money on them, even after this game. Well, they drew and they take a point. But in that group, I think it's still worth something, even though they're up against the mighty Iran, who grabbed that last-minute goal in the future. So, moving the ball around, Isco is a wizard, a genius. He works out of pockets of space, which just makes me... I'm spellbound by him, the way he plays the game. He encompasses so many different attributes in the way that he's able to see things. And he's got the Iniesta vision at times, but with the intricate ball control of Eden Hazard, and his physique looks similar to Hazard. I don't know, there's so many things about Isco. The only thing that frustrates me about him sometimes is consistency and his stamina. But when he is on one, he is a wizard. And I think that he represents everything that's good about this Spanish football team. The way that Portugal defend is at times frustrating to watch. Don't get me wrong, I've seen this. One of my most viewed, I think, soccer clips, I think I did it on Facebook before I went onto YouTube, was just talking about how Portugal deserved the Euros. Everyone hated the way Portugal played. But that's how they break you down. They sit like a sponge, they absorb all the pressure, counter-attack. And look how quick their counter-attack in football is. They're still devastating when they go forward when they do it. And I think that's always going to be a problem to teams, especially in this tournament. But Spain didn't look rushed in their attack. They looked planned. And I think that if you're a Spanish national team fan at the moment, you should be confident. Because I think there's a lot to take from this team that in 2014, it must have been like watching, I don't know, like watching Kobe in his last, 10, 11 games for the Lakers, where he's so talented in his pass, but just can't do the things. His body can't live up to what his mind wants to do. That was the same with the 2014 Spanish national team. They could do so much, and they had come off the back of undoubtedly the best run in one of the best runs in recent history in terms of a national team, and considered to be one of the best football teams we've ever seen in front of our eyes at the national level. But now it's youth. It's a combination of all that experience. You still have Ramos, you still have Busquets, you still have Iniesta, but you've got youth and talent. And I think aside from Ronaldo's goal, the third goal for Spain, early contender for goal of the tournament as well. So hard to catch the ball with the outside of your right foot like that, come across it and have it just nestle into the back of the net. I was watching it in a Spanish bar here in New York. They went absolutely insane. And to me, I just took a moment and I realized, one, how much I've regretted not being with you guys to talk so much more about the beautiful game. But the World Cup, man, it's just a special tournament. And today was a really good day in regards to what we should expect for this World Cup going forward. Each game, although the games haven't been as high scoring as what we've seen with the Spanish game and with the Russia game, but even in the Uruguay-Egypt game, the tempo was so high. You got a last-minute thrilling goal with Jimenez and scores a header. The Iran game versus Morocco. Morocco undoubtedly the better team throughout the majority of that game, but Iran hit them on the counter-attack several times and caused some problems, and then they get that obviously the rub of the green at the end with the own goal. But the tempo in that game was so high as well that just sets me up for such an exciting tournament. South Africa, I remember watching it and thinking the tempo's a little slow, a lot of defensive-minded approach to the game. In the 2014 World Cup, it was kind of hit or miss. Some games were there or they're not, but I'm really excited about the tempo of this tournament. I feel like every team's coming in, their fitness is at peak, they're hitting each other hard, and even though Morocco and Iran, one of the games that on paper should not be one of the most fun games, I actually really enjoyed watching in terms of the counter-attack in football and how open both of the teams were in going forward. And if you're watching Spain-Portugal, I hope they just cut that tape and just put it to all those that are like, oh, there's not enough scoring in soccer. We don't like enough score. Just watch that game, man. That is just two teams so talented and drilled in their approach. Yeah, there was mistakes. De Gea, I think, is going to hang his head, but I'm positive he'll bounce back. But as far as looking at that game going forward, still confident in my bet with Spain, and I really can't wait for the future games moving forward. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay with me the whole way, and as always, cheers.